Happy Friday, you guys. Welcome. I'm so excited about tonight's topic. I'm going to give people a chance to join in before we get started. I hope everyone had a wonderful day today. Thank God it's Friday, right? The weekend. Hey, turn up. Hi, welcome. How's it going? I was wondering whether or not to do a live on Friday night because I know that a lot of people might be out, hanging out with friends, happy hour or whatever, but I think we're gonna have a good amount of people come through. So we'll just see how it goes, and I'll determine if I'm going to do a Friday night live next weekend or next Friday. And you guys always feel free to ask any questions that you may have throughout the live. Because I want to answer your questions. I want to make sure that you're understanding what I'm saying. I want to help you guys. So if there's any questions that you guys have, definitely feel free to ask. I'll be reading y'all's comments as I talk. So definitely feel free to do that. Happy Friday. Hello. Cheers to the weekend, right? Hi, welcome. So tonight's topic is going to be how to get started on your weight loss journey. So you've already decided that you want to lose weight, right? You've probably been thinking about it for a while, maybe a few months, maybe a couple of years. I know I was thinking about it for years. I just hadn't got to that point. So you decided that at some point you want to lose weight, and maybe you have determined that this is the time, right? So now you're probably wondering, okay, well, I want to lose X amount of pounds. How the hell do I do that? So that's the topic that I plan on covering tonight. So again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. We have a good number of people in here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. And just so you guys know, I always post the lives afterwards. So if there's something that you missed, or if you missed a live from a previous night, feel free to check out the other videos. So that you can get whatever information that you need. Also, you guys, is a super chat, so if you want to donate to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. All super chats will go towards equipment and just bettering the channel, getting better knowledge and things like that, so that I can pass that along to you guys. Also, my one-on-one online coaching will be launching soon, okay? So make sure you guys stay on the lookout for that. Okay, how to start your weight loss journey. First, I want to say congratulations to you, because the first step in anything is admitting that you want to change something about yourself. So the fact that you even came to that conclusion is definitely a cause for a round of applause, because some people live in denial, right? We know a lot of people who live in denial. So the fact that you have decided that, hey, I want to lose some weight, you should definitely give yourself a pat on the back, because that is a really big step. Wanting to change something about yourself is great. So congratulations to that. So when you decide that you want to lose weight, it can be extremely overwhelming, especially if you feel like you have a lot of weight to lose. You know, you might want to lose 30 pounds, 50 pounds, 100 pounds, 200 plus pounds, like whatever that number is for you. It can be very overwhelming, right? And sometimes it can be intimidating, because it's like, how the hell am I going to lose 100 plus pounds? You know what I mean? You're gonna feel like the goal is just so far away. Sometimes you might even feel like it's unachievable. So the first thing I want you to do is start with very small goals, okay? Please don't just keep in your head like, I have to lose 100 plus pounds, okay? Because that, like I said, it's gonna make you overwhelmed, and then you're probably gonna end up giving up on it, because that goal is gonna just seem so far away, especially if you are gonna be losing the weight the natural way, meaning you're not going to get any weight loss surgeries or take any like weight loss suppressant, appetite suppressants, or anything like that. So when you're losing weight naturally, you're probably only going to lose about 1.5 to 2 pounds a week, depending on your starting point. If you're on the larger side, you might lose more weight at first, and then they'll slowly slow down. But if you're, not too far away from your goal weight, you probably might only lose 1 pound a week to 2 pounds a week, and that's still great, okay? So don't think that only losing 2 pounds a week is not a lot, because that's a lot of weight to lose, okay? So I want you to keep that in mind. So when you're setting these large goals, start small, okay? That's the biggest thing. Start small. I want you to analyze your diet. What are you eating on a regular basis, right? Are you a soda junkie? Are you a sweets person? Are you constantly going to fast food restaurants? Are you a binge eater? Like, what do you think it is that you have the biggest problem with? That's number one. So let's say you love soda and you have to have soda with every single meal. Well, number one, you are drinking a lot of your calories. So if you just eliminated soda from your diet, you would lose so much weight just off of that. But I understand, soda can be very addictive. I was addicted to Sprite. That was my drug. So I get it. I completely get it. So let's say you, like I said, you are addicted to soda. You need soda with every meal. Otherwise, your meal is just not complete, right? Well, the small goal could be, I'm only going to drink 1 cup or 1 glass, 1 bottle, whatever it is that you drink. I'm only going to drink 1 bottle of soda a day with my meal. So let's say you drink soda 3 times a day. You're going to cut it down to 1 time, right? And you're going to do that for a couple of days. Once you do that, and you're able to do that, you're kind of weaning yourself off of the drug, right? So, hey, this stuff is a drug. So, it's very addictive. All of this stuff is very, very, very addictive, okay? So let's say you've gone a couple of days and you were able to minimize the amount of soda that you drink in 1 day. You went from maybe 3 times a day to 1 time a day. So there's definitely progress there. After a few days, you could say, okay, I want to go the whole week with no soda. See, that's a small goal. You didn't just say, okay, I want to lose 100 pounds. Let me lose 100 pounds. You're slowly changing your habits, which is going to make it easier to keep the changes going, okay? Sometimes, cold turkey is fine. I went cold turkey on some things, not everything. But it's okay to wean yourself off of stuff, you guys. This stuff is a drug. It really is. There's so many studies about sugar and the dopamine receptors in your brain and how that goes off when you need something, okay? So there have been many studies on this stuff. This stuff is a drug. So there's nothing wrong with weaning yourself off of these things to get to your larger goal. And you're not going to feel so overwhelmed either. You know what I mean? And you just take it day by day. This is your plan of action, right? Let's say you love fast food. Maybe you love, I don't know, Burger King. And maybe you go to Burger King every day. I don't know, I'm just throwing stuff out there. Maybe you go to Burger King every day. I used to go to Wawa every day for coffee and the bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. And if they had 2 for $5, I would get both. I would eat one on the way to work, and then I would eat the other in the break room, like between breakfast and lunch, before lunch. Okay, so that used to be my thing. So let's say I would do that every day. Okay, that was an everyday thing. So, okay, so let's say you love Burger King, right? And you go every day for lunch, like that's your thing. Instead of going every day, maybe say, I'm only gonna go to Burger King 3 times this week, right? And once you achieve that, once you're able to do that, once you're able to decrease the amount of times you go, you're gonna start to feel better about yourself. You're gonna feel proud, like, oh wow, I used to go every single day and I done dropped it down to 3 times a day. And then your wallet's gonna thank you too, because now you're not spending as much money. So it's a 2 for 1, right? So those are things that you can do to kickstart your weight loss journey. Maybe you love desserts. I used to love sweet stuff, candy, brownies, cookies, you name it, I ate it, okay? I love sweets, okay? Maybe you could say, I'm only going to eat dessert 3 times this week instead of 7, right? That's improvement, that's progress. And once you accomplish that goal, you can set another goal. The following week you could say, okay, I only ate dessert 3 times last week. This week I'm not gonna eat dessert at all. Hope I didn't lose some of y'all with that, right? Hope some of y'all are still with me. I hope you're not like, what the hell she's talking about? I need my sweets, right? But you get what I'm trying to say, right? It's all about setting smaller goals to get to the larger goal. Maybe you never go to the gym. Maybe you don't even have a gym membership. Your first goal could be just signing up and setting up a membership. That could be the very first goal. Just going, taking a tour, finding a gym that's close to you or close to your job, wherever you're gonna end up working out at, and just setting up the membership. That could be step number 1. After you do that, you could say, okay, I'm gonna commit to going to the gym 2 times this week and staying for 30 minutes, right? These are small goals that are gonna help you get to your larger goal, okay? So I don't want you guys to feel overwhelmed when you think about how much weight you may have to lose. Because then you're gonna not wanna continue. You're gonna slowly fall off the wagon. And then you're gonna be back at square one a few months later when you come to the realization that you need to lose weight again, right? And then the cycle never continues. It just goes on and on and on and on for years and years and years. And you're slowly getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And now you have to lose even more weight, right? So I want you guys to start thinking of some small goals that you can set in place so that you can slowly reach your weight loss journey. You notice how I said slowly. I'm not here to tell you that you can lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks. Like, I'm not here for that. We're making lifestyle changes, you guys. This isn't a quick fix. You didn't gain the weight quickly. You ain't gained the weight quickly. Let's just be 100 with each other. You did not gain that weight quickly. That took time. It took a lot of time. Some people might have gained it quickly. Especially if you went through something, like if you were grieving or stressed or whatever. But most of us, we gain that weight over time. A lot of time. My heaviest, I was 340 pounds. That did not take 1 month to gain, okay? That took years. That took years. So don't think that it's not gonna take years to get it off and keep it off. You get what I'm saying? So that's what's really important. We have to stop being in such a rush. Like, I feel like in society, everything's just so quick these days. Like, fast food, quick, quick, quick. Everything's quick. It's like nobody wants to work for anything anymore. It's like if it doesn't happen in 24 hours, it's no good. And we can't have that mindset when we're trying to change our lives, you guys. Because we're changing our life here. This is not just for a quick vacation to Jamaica and you want to look right and then you back to your old ways. No, we're not doing that. Okay? Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Let's get the likes up, you guys. Let's get that algorithm going so that when I post this video after the live, more and more people can see it. So go ahead and hit that like button. Leave comments. Let me get some more likes here so that we can spread the word, right? we can spread the knowledge. We can spread the game plan, all right? So let's get some more likes going. So it's all about setting smaller goals. That's step number 1 to starting your weight loss journey, okay? So step number 2, I want you to create a plan of action. You've decided that you want to lose weight. You've accepted that you need to lose weight. You done set some small goals. Now we need a plan. How are we going to get this weight off? What's the plan? Are you an overeater? Obviously, because if you weren't, you wouldn't be overweight, right? You're overindulging in something. Whether, like I said, whether it's fried food, whether you're drinking your calories, whether you're eating a whole bunch of sugar, whether you're binge eating, you're doing something that is causing you to have gained this weight. So we need a plan of action here. How are we going to decrease our calorie intake? Because that's what it's about. I know there's so many fad diets talking about no carbs and no sugar, all that stuff. But we're here for a lifestyle change, okay? So to eliminate carbs completely from your diet is very unrealistic. Your body needs carbs. So when I'm saying carbs, I'm talking about complex carbs, not simple carbs. So simple carbs include your soda, your cereals, your desserts, anything processed pretty much is a simple carb. Bad carbs. You don't want that. I know you may love Lucky Charms, but you gotta let that go. You gotta let that go. The childhood cereal, please let it go. Okay, it's not doing nothing for you but making you more fat. Let it go. Okay, your cakes, your ice creams. That's the simple carbs. That's the stuff that you don't want. Or if you do eat it, you eat it in small amounts. We're talking about the complex carbs. That's the healthy stuff. That's your fruit. That's your bread. That's your rice. Okay, those are the healthy carbs for you. So, what is your plan to get this weight off? I know for me, I never really used to cook. If I cooked, it was always something unhealthy. I never did any type of meal prepping. And when I went to the grocery store, I always stayed in the aisles. We did a live a few nights ago where we talked about how to grocery shop, and how I had mentioned it's very important to stay on the outskirts of the grocery store. That's going to be your safest bet. I know it can be extremely confusing, especially when you're new to this whole new lifestyle that you are venturing into. Just trying to figure out what's healthy and what's not. And a lot of stuff can be extremely misleading. A lot of packages may say no sugar added, right? So you're thinking it's healthy, but it's not. So the safest thing for you to do, the dummy proof thing, is to stay on the outskirts. Only go into the aisles for like your beans or your seasonings, your bread, your rice, stuff like that. Skip the cereal aisle. Skip the snacks aisle. Don't even look that way. Okay. You do not want canned fruit, you guys. Frozen fruit and fresh fruit, right? No cans. No cans. Unless you're going to Whole Foods. Now I haven't looked at the cans, but I know Whole Foods, they don't sell a lot of stuff that has a lot of added ingredients. Okay, so that's why I mentioned Whole Foods. But for the most part, you don't want any canned fruit, because all they're doing is putting more sugar in it. So no fruit cups, none of that. Either fresh fruit or frozen fruit. No canned vegetables, because they're adding a lot of salt to that. So you really only want the fresh vegetables or the frozen vegetables, okay? And when you get your meats and stuff, you don't want the, what is it, like that prepackaged frozen dinners. You don't want any of that. We're not doing that. No. You need to cook your meat. You got to cook, y'all. That's why I'm saying we have to come up with a plan of action here. So the plan is you have to find time to start preparing your own food. That is the plan. There's no way around it, because once you start making things convenient, it's going to decrease in healthiness, okay? So that's why we have to figure out when we can cook our food and prepare our food and package it up so that we can eat it throughout the week. And it's quick, right? We're not cooking every day. I know a lot of us are busy. Some of you guys have kids, loved ones that you take care of, spouses, whatever the case may be. But at some point, you got to put yourself first, because you're no good to nobody else if you can't be good to yourself. Okay, so you have to figure out when you're gonna have time to cook. And I don't want to be the bad guy, but I feel like a lot of us need this. You have time. Most of you have time. Let's just keep it real. If you stopped all the scrolling on Instagram and the little bullshit stuff that you do on your phone, you have time to cook. A lot of us spend a lot of time doing absolutely nothing. And then we talk about how we don't have time. But you do have time. You do have time. It's about trying to figure out where that time is, what you can cut out so that you can get stuff done for yourself. This is about you doing what's best for you for once. Can we do something that's good for us for once? Can we think about ourselves for once without feeling bad, without feeling guilty? Can we put ourselves first for once without worrying about people calling us selfish? Can we do that? It's nothing wrong with being selfish. That's the problem. We are taught that being selfish is a bad thing. We are taught that putting ourselves first is a bad thing. We're taught that having high self-esteem is a bad thing. And none of that's true. None of that is true. You need to put yourself first or you're no good to anyone else. So you have to find time to cook your food. I don't know how else to tell you. You got to start cooking your food. There's no way around it. Okay? Unless you're going to hire a chef or there's a chef in your area that meal preps for you and all you have to do is pick it up, but they're the ones actually cooking it and you've already told them to lower the amount of oil and butters that they're going to put on the food because you're on a weight loss journey. We have to stay away from that butter, y'all. We have to stay away from that oil. So if you do have that option, whoever's preparing your food, you need to let them know, no oil, no butter. Okay? Yeah. So that's why it's important to cook your own food so you can monitor these things. When you order stuff, when you go get plates from the food carts or whatever, they're loading that stuff in grease, y'all. That's saturated fat. That's horrible for your heart. That's not what you want. That's why you have to cook at home. When you go to these restaurants and you're sitting down and you're dining with your family, they are drenching your food in oil. Even if it's not considered a fried food, they are cooking your food in lots and lots and lots of oil. Lots and lots and lots of butter. You don't want that. No. So you have to cook your own food. So you have to figure out when you're gonna have time to prep everything for the week. Maybe you don't have time on Sunday. Maybe Sunday is your busiest day. Maybe you have less things to do on a Wednesday night. Okay, if that's the case and you're gonna prep your food Wednesday night for Thursday up until Wednesday of the following week. That's when you're gonna prep your food. It doesn't have to be at the beginning of the week. It doesn't have to start for Monday through Saturday. It's whenever. 7 days is 7 days. It doesn't matter when it starts. Okay, so I want you to analyze your day, figure out how much time you're spending actually doing stuff and how much time you're actually bullshitting. Once you determine that, I want you to start scheduling in time, just like you schedule time to go to happy hour with your girls. I want you to schedule time to meal prep your food. Okay, so what is that going to include? That's going to include a meat. If you're not vegan, you're going to have some type of carb, a complex carb, a healthy carb, and you're going to have a vegetable. Now, some of y'all are probably wondering, well, how do I know how much of what to eat? Okay, I'm going to keep it simple for you. Your dish, let's say the meal is, I don't know, broccoli, chicken, and rice. Let's keep it simple. Let's say it's broccoli, chicken, and rice. Your plate should be mostly broccoli. Whatever your vegetable is, your plate should be mostly that. Then for your meats, you can have a palm